So now the fact that the Shy feels comfortable enough to just take it into what is now a York answer from EDG. IG have no real tanks here, Blockster. There is no real front line. IG are just trusting in their ability. We're going to put that in.
It is quite possible. And EDG, they know this. They know they have to get aggressive. Wei stepping up for the invade. He doesn't actually know the Palkia is sat in that bush right now.
Uh-oh. Crash down from Palkia. Looks for the Q-stun onto Wei. And they find Mako instead. First blood goes over to your rookie of the split. But the blue buff still secured by Wei in the end.
One up is just going to feel good for them, denying that one away, as well as what they can now do to these towers. Still 1-for-1 trading. EDG, they're keeping themselves within touching distance throughout the first 10 minutes of this game, but as we keep saying, touching distance usually isn't enough to beat IG.
On just took a base. Palkia, the only one under this top tier 1 turret. But that is a pretty hard to kill champion in the rel by yourself, or at least even with 3 people here. Mako is level 6 with the Pop Blossom, so Wei is thinking about springing the trap here. Mako would have to lead and can always just go into the cannon minion form. Palkia goes straight onto Mako, tries to force his hands with damage, but it is the flash burn, and Wei still gets out alive thanks to the call of the pack. He used by Palkia thanks to his unsealed spellbook. Gets some priority onto the mid lane. They still have Dragon, not for another minute and 20 seconds here. Decent poke from EDG. Just trying to force out Rookie here on the bottom side. Wall comes in. Mako with the Pop Blossom finds one here.
He's dead.
He's the first one to fall, but Wei sends it with the ultimate.
Palkia.
Not enough damage on the Palkia, so Wei doesn't get the reset. He's forced to flash away. Xiaohao does not get the last bit of damage he needs to take down the dog into the tower.
Yeah, they're on the hump right now. EDG do not want to let up. They know there's a couple of low health members. If this base gets stopped, I mean, this is going to be a risky situation.
Wei now in a world of trouble. Call of the pack. Is it back up from cooldown here? 200 HP, not in time. Angel secures feats of strength for EDG. Or I should say feats of warfare. My mistake there. But still gets a double kill on the back of it. And the only casualty is ZDZ's Yorick.
Not the end of the world. That's such a huge fight right there from EDG. And it all comes off the back of Mako being way over aggressive. Jumps into the backline, thinks he's found that Pop Blossom angle, but okay.
Fog of War finds Mako just getting a little too over aggressive, trying to poke his head in Fog of War. Palkia is able to set that up. Another kill for EDG.
Damn. EDG, they find their way into this game with a good couple of kills. Still, look at the gold right now, especially after this tower goes down. It's not like these kills have turned into any kind of gold advantage.
ZDZ being the only casualty here is kind of a bummer for EDG, but in the end, still a way forward.
Still, you are losing out onto a TP there for really no big advantage. You don't even pick up that tower up in the top lane. And because you lose all of that pressure you had in the top side of the map, that's going to open up the play for IG, and they're going to be able to grab themselves this Rift Herald. And this is what we were talking about in the pregame, right, Rafa? This is how IG beat you. Every time you make a small mistake, you lose so much on the map for it.
That's why even with EDG getting all those kills and picking up Feat of Warfare, we just don't have the confidence to say it's enough. Now the Shy's getting collapsed here by Palkia.
Oh, nice!
Catching the Shy out of the flash. The seismic shove does find it. That's a pretty big kill, and it's a nice flashing win for EDG. But what can they get off of it here in the back half?
Prediction right there from Palkia. It's going to be the kill. It's going to be this top lane tower as well. And every single time IG makes something happen, EDG, they are playing with enough aggression. They're playing smart. The Azir and that Nico. Big multi-man ultis that can come on through. Palkia, he might be a bit caught here. Does he have a way over the wall?
He's able to get the W-empowered auto onto Wei, interrupting the first ulti, but he still was surrounded by everyone else from IG, and Wei has another ulti for that reset. Just going to pressure Angel away from the safety of that bottom tier 1 turret, and that should set up a Rookie to take it without any contest.
Hey, Rafa, what do you reckon EDG's favorite item is?
I don't know. It might be something that's yellow.
Possibly. It might also be something that's blue. There's a lot of Merc Treads, there's a lot of Trinity Forces happening right here. And although with the pillar, it gets delayed on the charge, will at least still go through, so that's a decent chunk of damage onto that mid lane tower. And it is going to mean that EDG are walking into this Drake pit late.
Nicely done. No contest on the Dragon. Enough time is bought by the Rift Herald ploy from IG. that they secure
EDG
themselves
TP?
their second dragon of the game. And they still have control of this bottom side of the map, and they're going to force EDG to play to their tempo by leashing up the Otacon. EDG now have to answer. The Shy is teleporting in from the other side of the map. EDG, how do they engage? Watch eyes onto Palkia. He's already chunked nearly to 50% HP. It's 4K on the Otacon. Rookie on the side finds ZDZ on the right flank. Who's going to pay attention to the Otacon? Mako tries to stall for time. ZDZ is the first one to drop to Gala. Palkia goes in with the Magnastorm, finds two, gets blown up, but a nice seismic shove, and On follows up with the damage. But can they carry through? EDG, Xiaohao is dropping low on his health bar as Wei is threatening them with this Nefiri. The Pillar is going to call his call back as he gets low, but flashes away in time. The Shy and Gala still remain strong, but the Shy is getting dropped dangerously low. Angel looks for another rock. It's flashed by the Shy. Gala goes in.
Gala!
The Pillar instinct pops the barrier.
Yo!
The flash. He's going crazy. Looks for one more auto attack to the Shy. How can he pop the pass? If he does, he's kiting. He's firing. It's not enough to stand tall against Angel as he survives, but neither team can secure the Otacon.
Both supports get themselves a little bit too aggressive on the engages.
Oh,
no,
Palkia!
Palkia's dead.
In the picture-in-picture, Palkia was trying to face check and see what was happening with the Otacon, but he dies. The replay is going to continue.
Yeah, he gets one more plasma stack off right there onto Angel. He gets himself that kill, and it's just huge for IG. Instead, it's only a bunch of kills going over onto Gala, and the Drake, and the Otacon, and a big chunk onto the mid lane tower. I think as IG you're okay. If EDG can grab it, so this is going to be a critical one to go for. And right now, ZDZ just going to be shoving through the top side of the map. He's going to be matched by the Shy. Both of them have teleport, so we could see some pretty crazy flanks coming through here as well.
IG are successful in taking out the tier 1 Palkia. Flashback and Storm. They catch one. It's Wei that goes down, but it's traded immediately by Palkia. But that's
Still,
a nice
jungler.
one for EDG to go for. ZDZ tries to look for the
ZDZ,
flank,
what?
but he can't connect with the rest of the team. EDG is just saying, good luck, ZDZ. We're going to take the dragon as sacrifice. IG,
don't even get it.
They don't have a jungler.
And you don't get the Drake. That is really bad. That's the kind of mistake that you cannot make versus IG.
I'm at a loss for words.
EDG to really be able to step up. Still, EDG, they are going to be trying to force their way on forwards. They've got nobody really that wants to be face-checking too much. Here, gonna head on over the wall. In he goes.
Magnastorm only hits one realistically, and he gets blown up. Yeah, they trade out on Mako, but look at the positioning for EDG. They cannot walk up. They can't contest. IG have complete control of this top red quadrant. Try to fish for more ultimate abilities and resources from EDG. It's Angel sending it with the Weaver's Wall, trying to find a seismic shove. Wei does not get caught. And the rest of EDG have to back off for now. The Dark Procession doesn't find anyone to lock down here. Getting from EDG against IG. We know that this was a very slanted, lopsided matchup. And the advantage does not come from gold deficits or gold advantages. It comes from the map. And EDG, can they find a way to overcome IG in these scenarios? The Shy opens up with Between Worlds, major damage.
But he's stunned.
Xiaohao, he's just dancing around them. He might get burned down here, but his sacrifice is worth it in the end. As Xiaohao looks for the Baron Seal, but does not find it. Now Wei able to now turn the tides of battle with the Hounds of Pursuit. Tries to look for ZDC, just forces him back. EDG cannot step up. Flash Magnastorm for Palkia, but Rookie answers with a flash of his own. Sidesteps it and repositions, and now IG own this river. They own EDG. The Mako Pop Blossom forces EDG back into their side of the jungle, and EDG are forced to retreat at this site. IG are going to push into the mid-tier 2.
Late, and this is not just going to be the Baron going over to IG, but they're going to grab themselves this Mountain Soul as well. EDG, they fought valiantly throughout the majority of this game, but it now feels like IG's time to shine.
And Rookie is pushing into the mid lane, forcing EDG to split up members.
Still, ZDZ is going to be able to pick himself up that tier 2 down in the bottom lane. It's going to be a little bit of gold back over to EDG. It's just about what the remaining members can do to hold, because right now you're beginning to lose quite a lot. Angel, though, he's got a decent opportunity here for an ulti to split the members of IG up if he wants it.
Angel has yet to die this game and is still trying to maximize his impact without giving over a depth to IG. But I feel like at some point, it almost will have to come down to Angel giving his life for a massive sacrifice play if EDG want to get a window back to make the most unlikely scenario happen.
These these waves just so tricky to deal with. Yes, the Baron buff has now fallen off, so it's a little bit easier, but still, this mid lane inhibitor is going to fall. Rookie just going to be able to take this one down.
It's just about to be deleted by EDG. They hold off the base siege for now. Health bars are being tested here on the side of EDG. The Shy slowly pushing up on the bot side. Palkia sends it with a Magnastorm. It's Mako for another pick again, but a one-for-one support trade once again. And IG, the story remains the same. They are still in control of this game. The Shy is now teleported to the top side to reinforce the siege. EDG dropping health bars low. Angel, if he falls, it's the Sonya's Hourglass to keep himself alive for now. The Sarah Shield, it's not enough. And Angel's first and only death will just be enough for IG to close out this game as they ace the remaining members. It's only ZDZ left, but just like that, IG are able to carry through and take out game one.
It's a massive performance right here from IG. It's close for the first 30 minutes.
Fun trivia, for those that don't know, the Shy, Fiora, that is his skin champion that he got with IG in 2018. It would have been a treat to see it flexed here on the Rift today, but the Shy just goes for something that works a little bit better. Dragon of the game, IG are going to win out on that. But Xiaohao gets the early jump onto the top side of the map.
Yeah.
The Shy,
he
HP.
knows something's wrong. Don't step up.
Come on, the Shy. Especially against Invictus Gaming of all teams here. Wei secures the first grub of the game, immediately goes with the smite. The rest of EDG now trying to support Xiaohao on the push into the river. Looks like IG should be safe here and not dropping any deaths unnecessarily. Grubs are now being contested by the rest of EDG, but Mako steps up. Smite comes out from Xiaohao. Now it's 1-1 in terms of grub control. The Shy steps up. Good shockwave, decent damage on the way, and Mako from Angel, but now they re-engage, looking for Palkia in the middle. ZDC caught in the crossfire as well. Crescent Guard from Xiaohao at least splits it up. It's a one-for-one trade so far.
Gala.
But look at Gala has found all. They both go down. Cinema. IG still trying to fight their way through the river on the top side. In the end, the Shy and Mako still alive, battling Xiaohao to the very death. World Ender is not needed because he is still ending their worlds all the same. Angel caught by the Darkened Blade, and Angel is forced to flash away from the Infernal Chains.
I think that final grub as well also went over to IG in terms of those feats towards objectives. Also very, very important. Rookie getting collapsed on here. Oh, did he know? Or was that just the random movement of Rookie that dodged him away from that Wind Becomes Lightning?
I have no idea, Bloxer, but if that was just sense, hang on, Chain of Corruptions onto Gala, On trying to see if he has enough damage here. He finally gets the last piercing arrow, and On is victorious over Gala this time around.
There we go, that's what you want to see right here. 1v1s between these bot laners.
Of setup and execution that they can just try and snowball Gala and the Shy with, as IG now corralling around Angel, who does not have a flash from the previous fight on the top side of the map. Mako leads the charge, cease and desist right on top of it. He threw out the shockwave for a little bit of damage, but Mako just doesn't care because he's got that unbreakable will, and the heal keeps him alive for now. But now EDG looking for the collapse. Mako might just go down here. Rookie flashes away and says sayonara to his support because he knows that that cow is going down.
Oh, and the Shy.
I don't think Wei was spotted yet. I mean, now they know where he is at. Palkia forced to flash away, trying to use the sand behind me to just get repositioning back, but the Shy's leading the charge here. The exhaust comes out momentarily, but he still has the World Ender going, and it's extended by all the kills being picked up by Gala. IG eliminate 2 from the Rift, and that Dragon should be easily secured now by Wei.
And this is just unfortunate timing right here from EDG. They make that bottom lane play work, which is good, but the teleport from ZDZ just came back. Angel does not have his available to him, and so you don't get to reposition a bunch of people to this fight. You end up getting completely outflanked, out-rotated by IG, and they're going to take that second Drake of the game and the feat of monster slaying as their prize.
And IG have proven time and time again that they are the masters at it. Now, Rift Herald has been started up by EDG. Mako, the first one into the river from IG, at least on the right side. Wei and Rookie flanking around from the left. The Shy does not have the teleport.
Oh, he's spotted!
Holy moly, Rookie just flashes in on the backline, loses his mind, doesn't get anyone gone, and Wei is forced to flash away because now he's lost out on his Annie. So IG have lost one of their primary setups. Now it's just down to the cease and desist as Gala pops the ultimate, it looks like, but cannot find anything more. EDG just say, thank you, Rookie, very much.
That's a certified rookie moment from this split. He has had just some questionable decisions back and forth. The Shy gonna pop himself into that World Ender, and actually ZDZ dropping real low. Okay.
Way. That's gonna... Yeah, feels bad for Xiaohao, not able to secure his own red buff in the Shy. Even though he doesn't kill CDZ, he is able to put enough pressure to take out the bottom tier turret.
Critical right here, because EDG, they can't afford to be fighting into darkness.
Oh, Protobell from Rookie.
Oh,
no, he tried
wait!
to flash the shockwave, but he still got clipped by
Rookie,
it.
no!
Is Rookie now dud? Oh no, Angel should be able to look for another combo here, but Rookie gets another stun. Angel's gonna push for it. They both go down. What is happening between the mid laners here? Meanwhile, the fight continues in the mid lane. Gala takes the last turret shot. CDC flashing to close the distance, takes out Gala for himself. Big shutdown going over to Sion, as now the Shy is here for reinforcements, and now ZDZ finds himself forced to use the ultimate just to run away from danger.
Hey, that's fine. You're actually not mad about that one. You save Parukia if he's not in... Okay. Okay, he gets away. I was going to say, you save Palkia. He nearly proved me wrong right there. You've also got the Herald charging on through the top lane.
In the best ways possible. That top lane 1v1 between Angel and Rookie was definitely very funny. But now we're going to have to see if EDG can make use of that advantage. No flash on Rookie for this Annie. Trying to step on up. Chain of Corruptions clips way.
There they go.
Xiaohao goes immediately for him. Meanwhile, into the back line. On gets popped. Uh-oh. IG can just run through the rest of them. 3-man Shockwave into a multi-man knockup from ZDZ. Does he have enough damage to look for any killing blows on the IG? I don't think so. Xiaohao gets dropped. Angel's next, and now ZDZ is just running for his life, and Gala is just on full turbo energy right now with the Yunara. That's the ace for IG at 8:19 minutes. Pushing onto the tier 2 turret in the mid lane. But will this be a decision that EDG are grateful for? We'll find out soon, because now the Shy is looking to pincer and close the gap around EDG, providing no room for an escape. EDG have to fight their way out if they want to survive on this front. The Otacon resets temporarily. It is pulled over to Wei, as the rest of IG is just trying to make sure that the objective goes back to full HP, but it stays at around 6,700. EDG still have an opportunity to try and force IG into them in a unideal scenario. Mako gets a big knockup though on a ZDZ. The tank, the main front line for EDG, is already about to die, and now the Shy finds his time to fly into the back line with the World Ender, with the Darker Blade. Wei sends it, Shockwave on a couple of members, but it's EDG that are losing health bars. Rookie flashes on the Angel, pops the Tibbers, and Xiaohao dies in vain. The rest of IG just have full control, and they have successfully strangled EDG out of this game too.
Go scrap again. Like you said, tons of the front line has already taken chunks off of it. But no, IG, they are going to start themselves up the Atacant again, and EDG, they can't afford to lose this one.
Rookie steps up. He might go down here. EDG find their first kill of the fight, but now it's the Shy that can just take over with the World Ender, but the duration's starting to run out. He doesn't get a reset off. The World Ender has ended, but Wei finds On in the backline with the cease and desist, and now he's the one pushing forward and driving the fight for IG, and Gala is just untouched. He can just delete everyone else from EDG. ZDZ ends up falling, and the rest of IG are corralling any stragglers from EDG. Palkia on the wrong side of the map here, and it's just another IG game run here in standard fashion.
He doesn't die, and he just buys space and time for Mako to get back in, to keep being annoying, to do enough stuns onto ZDZ.
To try and get a little bit more explosive with their composition. Tried to find some early game angles.
Yeah.
They definitely did try. There was attempts. But IG were able to defuse every one of them. And when it came to the full-on hands checks, IG were confident enough to say, yeah, let's just see what happens. Let's find out.
Yeah.
And they flipped heads every single time.
Yeah, I mean, you gotta keep trying though, right? EDG, they're going to grab themselves mid lane tower and bot lane tower, chase Wei out of their own jungle as well.
From the beginning of this series, and we have loved their story coming from Group Nirvana. But now they have to answer the Shy's Aatrox as he and Wei just immediately say, On, you don't get to play the game for the next 40 seconds. Hope you have fun in the Death Realm.
Yeah, Grey Screen Simulator for him right here, and IG gonna turn around to the big purple worm. It doesn't really feel like there's anything that you can do right here as EDG. Without On, that's a ton of your damage just evaporated off of the map. It's just going to be a bit of a push going on down in the bottom side of the map for ZDZ. See if he can maybe get himself a bit of objective bounty for the squad, but I don't even know if they're going to be able to fully do that. With a couple members heading over, there's a chance, right? Tier 2 tower. should be secured, but still, massive advantage right here for IG. They are just looking to cross those T's, dot those I's, and send us to a game number 3.
EDZ gonna do his very best to just take this turret with even his dying breath if he has to give it up, because those are objective bounties he is securing for the sake of EDG. Tries to escape the Shy's grasp with the unstoppable onslaught. Now he's forced to use the teleport, but he gets interrupted. I mean, ZDZ is trying to do everything that he can just to escape. He's forced to flash, and maybe
ring around the rosy. I mean,
ZDZ is just getting pulled around here. Oh, this poor damn Sion.
Hey, ZDZ has been doing his untenable position.
And now IG don't have to fear a giant tanky Sion as they siege into the base of EDG. Already eliminating the inhibitor in the mid lane, getting ready to work their way with the pushing wave that the Shy has set up onto the bottom side of the map. The rest of EDG have to wait another 10 seconds before ZDZ does spawn so that they can send the Sion to defend the remnants of this base. But Mako's threatening on the top side with this flank. And that bottom inhibitor also falls.
Base just begins to crumble right here for EDG, staring down the barrel of an IG with a massive gold advantage. All of the objectives in their pockets as well. And with these Baron-empowered cannon minions just starting to chunk away at these inhibitor towers, this is going to be the last stand. Where can they find one more fight?
Alright, well, the Shy and Rookie just burned both of their ultimates. Maybe EDG will feel confident in just sending it one last time. Xiaohao tries to go in onto Gala. The Glacial Fissure finds a knockup, but Gala is once again just doesn't care. He can just fire with absolute impunity, and the rest of IG completely steamrolling the rest of EDG in their own damn base. The rest of EDG just trying to retreat to the safety of their fountain for a little bit of extra second win, but IG put this game to rest, and IG are now on match point.
Nah, he wants to go aggressive. He wants to beat him in the laning phase. It's going to be the Shy on his signature Jace pick, and this can be more exciting.
Quadrant invade we saw just a couple minutes ago finds out that the red buff is still up for the taking. Wei is able to smite it away and should just be able to get over the wall with the power of that. Whoa, Wei, why would you flash that way? What the hell? Mako with the great.
No, it's good. It's genius.
It still works out. Oh my god, Wei baited and outsmarted is able to pull Xiaohao over the river wall, and that's first blood for Wei Zed. He out from danger.
Okay.
EDG are able to secure one grub.
Yeah, I mean, you get something, but still, you're giving over 2. You do get the flash out of the Shy, although I don't think the Shy really needed to use it in that situation. Was trying to knock people away potentially from that realm warp. Doesn't quite work out for him that way. And IG, they just continue their domination right here when it comes to these objectives. Now, the Shy going in quite aggressively onto ZDZ, has Mako as backup.
I don't know if they take out this Crocodile just yet, but they're getting a lot of damage down. ZDZ still has Flash and Dominus available, but already below 50% HP. And Wei is waiting to make the dive happen, but Palkia's here. Oh, holy moly! Wei, that felt personal! Just putting Xiaohao into the dirt.
I swear that there was a Silas there a second ago. Where did he go? Just gets disappeared off of the face of the earth, and now the Shy and ZDZ, they're going to tussle this one out. The Shy, no flash away, so he has to be very careful still. The return damage can be super strong, and Mako and Wei are coming up to join their top laner.
Now Wei still has Deathmark. He only used flash and basic abilities onto the kill for Xiaohao's Silas. Dawning Shadow does provide some assistance to ZDZ. They now look for Wei Zed, and without a flash, that ninja is gone. And Mako is going to be the next one to fall. EDG are able to strike back against IG. Always bring to the forefront, but then having to play more of the skirmishers, more of the facilitators for his solo laners. IG are really giving him a lot of freedom as the Shy is under threat under the tower, but here comes Mako. Can he get there in time with quickness? Yes, he can! Battle Grand entrance under the tower!
Yo!
And dive is completely diffused. ZDZ finally finds him with a cold of the meat, but he is over in enemy territory, and Wei's Deathmark will seal him down. EDG make the dive, but at what cost?
Gets that final one through. It's really nice to see there. Well played.
Teleport is coming in. Gala and Mako, can they get out of this one? Immediate Feather Storm usage by Gala has Flash and Cleanse available. Cleanses the stun from Palkia. Here comes Rookie with the Twisted Fate ultimate. ZDZ can't get the job done. Gala survives. did have to burn both of his summoner spells, but now it's the turn from IG. It's their time to shine as Xiaohao and Palkia are forced away. Dragonfly does snag Wei against Invictus Gaming so far.
Yep. Absolutely. Now, ZDZ going to be the target of another potential gank right here.
Oh, but Mako's there once again, and Wei right on top of ZDZ with a death mark ensures that the Proc has got nowhere else to go except back to his own base, IG.
Full items here to be playing with, and more components too.
And now that was Rookie's Twisted Fate ultimate being used there. Gala goes into the air with a Featherstorm. Flash right on top, but Mako absorbs the trench line for Gala, and Gala does still goes down anyway. It was a valiant attempt for Mako to try and save his AD carry, but EDG are able to brute force their way through it and get the kill onto the tricky Xayah.
I mean, Mako is playing out of his mind right here. Even though some of the carries are still just about dying, it is not because of anything he is doing wrong. Mid lane tower, actually without having that Herald, is just going to be pushed on down, and I absolutely love to see this from EDG. I think this is a mistake a lot of teams make, where they see objectives as so juicy without thinking about what the objective is for. Hang on, watching now. Shy, just walk this one away.
Wei now looking for On with a death mark. Palkia stalls it out. The flash from On able to get away from the grand entrance here. Wei has to go back to his living shadow. Xiaohao now going crazy as he stole the quickness, gets the trauma into the Shy, but he goes into the hammer with the skies. Xiaohao just gets one more Kingslayer into the upskun abduct and says goodnight to the Shy. Now Wei trying to see if he can make his grand escape against CDZ's. Renekton gets over the wall. The flash immediately used by both players.
Decide to pull back after one fight and get the Rift Herald. They instead take that mid lane tower, and now they can grab themselves the Rift Herald, use it either on a tier 1, I think there's still a tier 1 top lane. Actually, maybe there isn't. Instead, they can just use it on any of those tier 2s. Of course, the response right here from IG, they're going to grab themselves their second Drake of the game. And EDG, across the course of this whole game,
on that easy gone. Now just putting a bunch of feathers into this tier 1 turn in the mid lane. Teleport comes in from ZDZ, now looking for the flank. Rookie is able to pop the ultimate for vision across every single member on EDG. Rookie has the gold card, stuns up ZDZ onto the top side. Gala trying to kite it out to the best visibility. Wei goes in for the death mark, but just not enough damage, and he was way too low to continue the chase. And EDG, they're starting to win the hands check against IG that they're opting in for time and time after again. Palkia trying to go for the road rage. Doesn't find a knock-up with anyone on that Rift Herald driving, but does push IG back. And EDG starting to get closer and closer to finding that gold advantage in this game 3.
Yeah. They're going to be able to grab themselves this tier 2 tower in the mid lane. It will be traded back by the Shy for a tier 1 on the top side. So every time EDG make a good play, IG, they still get something back. Still, I'm very impressed with the way that EDG have been able to play through this game.
Stand tall against IG here. Pretty much everyone from IG has arrived. Rookie is splitting in the mid lane. The Otacon still at 8,000 HP. IG taking their time. Rookie can join with a teleport if needed. Mako baiting out some cooldowns. Rookie finally joins the fray. Big knock up on Dagala, but he goes into the air with the Featherstorm measures at the right time, and Xiaohao is deleted from the Rift. No jungler for EDG. No smite available for EDG now. Rookie grants vision on everyone. Here comes Wei, rushing forward, finds Angel, slashes him back to the shadows. Palkia gets knocked up. CDZ is the next one to fall, and On is doing everything that he can to try and sustain this crocodile, but now he's the last one standing, and he's gonna be the final corpse to hit the dirt. IG find the ace at the right time, and it's 21 minutes and an Otacon earned to Invictus Gaming.
It looked like it was going to be okay there for EDG. There are a couple of key moments where you thought, they can turn this around, they can make this work. But unfortunately, it just doesn't end up happening. Although the members of IG fall low, they do not go down. Only the Shy going to give his life to that fight through the health bars of IG. They're going to have to head back on towards the waves, try to get a little bit of extra healing up. You do at least have a Senna on side, so you should be able to get back closer. It's going to be that ulti popped by Rookie. Doesn't decide to take it. Uh-oh.
Palkia tries to go in. Wei secures the dragon for IG. That's the third, and they are now on soul point. ZDZ tries to go in and looking for Gala once again. Goes in the air with the Featherstorm. It's the turnaround for IG, and just like that, EDG run out of gas. On trying to fire from a distance as they find Mako now. Wait a minute, EDG trying to turn around. Wei goes in with the death mark, but he's not able to find enough damage. The Realm Ward from Angel might just be enough to look for Rookie onto the back end of it. Yes, IG get the third dragon, but it's EDG that find a big win in the fight on the dragon.
They are going to arrive for this fight.
Palkia has Smite available as well. 7,000 on the Baron. IG immediately drop it, but they don't reset the Baron to the full HP potential. Now Wei has to pull out a miracle against 2 Smites. They're going to force the fight here onto the top side. Gala is able to find Palkia.
Gala's free hitting.
EDZ, he's going in the air with the Feather Storm. He finds the Blade Caller onto 2. Angel goes golden, so does Xiao Hao. But Gala wants to find a triple. The 4th is taken by Rookie. No pentakill today for Gala, but it's enough of a fight win for IG to secure the Baron afterwards.
Oh, that Flash Blade Caller was absolutely gorgeous. Sexy work right there from Gala. But honestly, this is what we're talking about, right? It's not the micro of that Flash play.
Absolutely gorgeous on the repositioning of the feathers for the Blade Caller, and uh-oh! Good night on! IG started recognizing that Senna was starting to become a huge threat.
Got a push going in the mid lane as well. I do not think that this tower is going to be long for the world. The inhibitor likely soon to follow. And for EDG, it feels like they've been scrambling to play catch-up throughout the entirety of this game, and they have found good moments for themselves here, but they need to find just a couple fights that fully go in their favor and result in them picking up objectives, because they've lost the Atakan, 3 Drakes, the Baron. Every single one of these neutrals has just gone the other way.
And IG are just so relentless, so unforgiving when it comes to making these sieges into the late game. Xiao Hao goes into the backline with the stolen quickness, goes golden, tries to buy time with the Kingslayer, but it's just not enough. Xiao Hao is now dead in the dirt for another 47 seconds, so is ZDZ. IG now operating with a full 5-man advantage. The flash for Rookie! Oh my goodness gracious! The rapid fire cannon was not quite online yet. On is able to cleanse the gold card stun. Wei is threatening him. The Shy flashes in. The dredge line is absorbed by the Shy's Jason. He doesn't even care that Palkia tried to stun him up because he still's got the damage to be able to back it up. Angel throwing out the Realm Orb just for sake, trying to defend the base, but IG have one goal in mind, and that is to make this playoffs run absolutely flawless, and they will sweep the series 3-0 against EDG.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.